us up big time here in the late stages of this third period.
Time of the goal, 19 minutes, 50.
Game's broken, but it's not a minute into the broadcast, so you can't hear me properly. What is going on? $20 more seconds. Come on. Okay, we're a minute in to the broadcast, the live broadcast. Let me make sure that that's even working. Let me turn my volume down. But I'll jump into the room myself. I'm going to try to pay attention to my main screen, though, because that's the part I actually care about, for the most part. Let's see. So, yeah, it says I'm live. I didn't get a chance. I can hear myself there. So, I'm up and running. All the rest of the internet is fine. I've never experienced this. I mean, in fairness, I've not played a single. I haven't even qualified. I haven't played a single game of HUT Champs this year. Played a couple of comp seasons events earlier in the year. Was the other one I think is ending today. I was considering just jumping in. But have not done that in a very long time, and I don't know if I won a single game in any of the comp seasons games that I did play. So yeah, it was my experience. I don't play a ton of games. I don't play competitively, but I haven't had this happen. I have no idea what this is. This seems super glitchy to me. Unfortunately, I don't have enough space. I can't just be doing like broadcasts and gameplay recording at all times. But I'm gonna. I don't want to. Yes, I don't want to jinx stuff. But okay, so facts. I had a gameplay recording, a clip recording that I had done for both of the last two goals that I just had. I was only up. I'm playing Superstar AI. I sent out a tweet earlier. I don't think that I've ever had above 1,600 points that I can remember in squad battles all year. When I had tried to play against Superstar earlier in the year, I don't know, whatever it was, if not the second, maybe third week or so of that being part of the game, when it became obvious that if you wanted not just really any chance at top 100, which I was never going to be able to do, but even for pretty solid chances at Elite 1, 2, and 3, you kind of needed to be able to play at that highest level because everyone was playing it and was maxing out their points. There are people that were finishing from 100 to 500 in Elite 1 and basically maxing out points and just maybe not getting as many points because they're the people that they got matched up against, the ratings of the teams that they're playing against on the computer, the Superstar AI just weren't as high as the others who finished in the top 100. So that was a thing, and I tried to play, and I got destroyed. I don't know if I even ever won a game versus Superstar AI. I might have won one game ever versus Superstar AI in squad battles specifically this year before quote-unquote today in the last 24 hours. So yeah, I apologize that the name for now, I can change it right now because I'm in the whatever. I can change the name of the title of this or whatever. I should definitely do that for when this goes to be a replay. That will be somewhat determined by what actually ends up happening here. But this is super weird. So as I said, I was playing Superstar AI. I think the team, had quote unquote as low of a rating, my opponent, as like an 83. But it was an 83 where they've got the top base cards were like one of the worst base cards that they've got is the 83 Jonathan Toews. So there weren't really, they had at least one or two informs or upgrade cards, but generally speaking it was mostly just kind of base cards, and that's why the rating was as low as it was. There was nobody really bad on the team though. They're all good players. I don't necessarily know how they would have matched up as far as playing well against each other. I also know there were two that were similar. One had Arm Day synergy activated. The other one had Breakout Master. I forget which is which. I don't remember which one of the two I'm playing here. I did this one because it was Freddie Anderson, and I felt like that was better suited for me to go after first than the other one, which was Devin Dubnyk. So that's just a personal thing for me. That was really the main reason why I went after this team. I think they were playing basically as the Leafs with the whole 9 yards with the Toronto stadium and their logo at least. I don't know what else. I don't really remember what jerseys, whatever they were playing with. Not really the point. Point was I was winning. I had a legit first goal. Then I had trouble scoring, but was able to kind of keep them out. And so they started a poll, and I did a gameplay recording, and then went into instant replay to get more of the setup of how that first empty netter to take it to 2-0 got. That's because it started with a face-off in my defensive third that went all the way up to being able to get the empty netter in there. And it was taken by a winger who I'll have to check later, but I assume is terrible at taking face-offs. So I don't know what the deal was with that, but that was what happened. Wanted to make sure I had that covered. Just got my second empty netter very close to the end of the game, but not quite there. I don't know exactly how much time would have been left on the clock, but probably enough where I would have tried to let them basically do the same thing I did. Hey, there's somebody else in the room. Well, this is completely off. I haven't had a chance to change it. I just jumped on and did this right away. Game is hardcore glitching on me right now. I was at the very, very end of a squad battles game. It's ending today. There's only, for me, there's only 4, now 3, including this one, I think 3 games plus the featured squad that I get to play to finish up today, just for really a shot at Pro 1 is kind of the best I can do. I haven't played very many of the games this week, and I hadn't played previous weeks much at all. And I haven't played Superstar AI in, I think I said, a month and a half on a previous tweet that I'd sent out. But I did in the last 24 hours, got a game off, did pretty well, got a second one later, did okay in that one too. And then this game, as I said, I was up 1-0, pretty solid. There were a couple times where I definitely felt like, pretty easy goals most of the rest of the time when I would be playing that just didn't work out, but it is what it is. It was 1-0. They pulled. I was able to get it off, get an empty netter, 2-0. Enough time left on there where I was looking to see if they'd pull again and give them enough time for the goalie to get away from the net before going after it. Did that, and that's literally where we were ending up here. I did that, got possession, was able to kind of fight off their rampant, kind of cross-checking and hooking, etc., of trying to rip me away from it. And still potted home that second empty netter to take it to 3-0. The game was not completely over yet. There was a little bit of time left, and I think there was enough where I probably would have intentionally lost the next face-off also, to see as they begin to drive in and maybe look for an entry, that they might look to pull the goaltender again. I wouldn't have been very confident that they would have done that, but I would have probably given them a chance again with a very short amount of time left on the clock. to go after that, just on the off chance that they would pull and make it a lot easier for me to kind of sneak in the final goal there and get some additional points. However, I did the gameplay recording of that third goal, so it's there. I've got that. That'll be saved in the capture gallery. I kind of don't want to click off of this game as an app over to the capture gallery to then do whatever with that and to share it out or whatever, because I'm going to stay on the screen at least until I'm done explaining, which is about 2 more seconds, and then to see if I can maybe click anything to get this to go forward first at least, and it doesn't seem like that's going to happen. So that's what happened. Is I had the gameplay recording, the little clip of the kind of cut scene of that third goal, again an empty netter that went in, but it didn't really show the lead up to it at all, which I felt like was pretty solid. On my end of here, it's saying that there's only one person in the room, which is me, so I guess I'm talking to myself right now or talking to the replay that could come up for anybody watching later, which I'll need to, again, change the title to something more appropriate. I just feel like this is really, really, really weird. I've never had this happen before. I've had a bunch of stuff where it's like it glitches, it doesn't have things get counted, etc. in a variety of different modes, just even within the confines of Hut, which is what this is. But yeah, so I have the clip that shows I scored that third goal, and what it showed how much time was left at that time, towards the end of the match. Again, on Superstar AI, an 83 overall rated team, so a 3-0 with, I think I had 30 plus shots. Not that matters, you just have to get 20 or more. So wouldn't have been max points if I wasn't able to get 1 or 2 more goals. But even with those 3, if it ended up 3-0, would have been, in my opinion, a pretty good point output, and much better than I've ever done before the last 24 hours. However, I believe what I did was I had the gameplay recording. I clicked the share button a couple times to end the gameplay recording, so I just wanted a little clip of it. And then as it was going to go and run the face-off, I clicked the start button, which is technically options on the PS4 controller, and I believe had clicked down to instant replay, because again I wanted to be able to have a different recording of the lead up to that empty net goal, because it was some pretty solid defense, both on my part as well as with my human AI backing me up as well, that led to being able to even have the chance at getting that, and then luckily being able to fight off a little bit of pressure from the opposing AI, and being able to pot that in. But again, the game had not completely ended. I clicked on that, it went weird. I've made sure that I started the gameplay recording of that should still be going in the background right now. And then the only thing that I did that was kind of off this screen was start up the broadcast. That does technically put a different screen on my end here when loading that up, but that's all I did. And before I did that, it did this weird thing where it kind of flashed, and then in the background was the sound of the final goal horn. And I think maybe something just before that, there wasn't commentary in terms of any sort of play that would have happened before that, and I believe it was the sound also after that of like the points being tallied for that. However, right now that I've explained all that, I'm gonna press R1 to see if it'll move over to what should be the coins screen, even though I don't see that on my screen at all. So yeah, I'm pressing R1, nothing is happening. I'm assuming L1 will do nothing either. Let's go R2, L2, okay. D-pad is never anything, but whatever. L3, R3, pressing down on both, doing nothing. Options, nope. We know share works, that's how we got to his point of the broadcast. Nothing in the middle. Square, triangle, O. O is like the go-to in this game. It does everything. And X. Okay, so none of that working. Pressing all the buttons, just mashing at this point. try share again. Let's see if I can go to look to end the gameplay recording while the broadcast is still going and see if that'll do anything. Well, that's not good because it looks like it's just starting a new broadcast, a new gameplay recording. And then clip saved, which I don't think it shows you that on your end. Try that again. Okay, so that works, I guess, but who knows what the hell happened to the gameplay recording that was running before I decided to do the broadcast. But none of the buttons are working. So I kind of feel like, did I even press share? I don't even remember pressing share there. Why I took a screenshot, but okay. So I guess I'll go into the capture gallery because what do I have to lose here, right? I mean, I got to get into the other games, whether I replay this one or not. Who knows what kind of outcome they're going to give me. So I'm going to hit PS button. You can't see this, I understand. So yeah, I don't know if you can hear any of this at all. I'll turn it up. This one here is the first goal on the actual instant replay, which is what I wanted to do on the second one, and that's what I was clicking on when it didn't work. Yeah, this is not indicating a time remaining on that one. However, it did come into the second one. I turned it up. It's twice as loud as it normally is. Hopefully the mic will pick this up. So this is going to be the actual gameplay recording as it was happening on that third goal. Yeah, that's loud. You should definitely be able to hear that.
They really have to screw this up now, James, to lose. The empty netter should put it away.
So yeah, I don't know, man. I guess I should have just left better, left I don't know, better yada yada left alone or whatever. I guess if I didn't have, I don't know, clip save, that was weird. Okay, so or whatever, then we wouldn't be doing stuff. Maybe I would. Maybe I'd be doing it and sharing it with just people I knew, friends. It's not going to be the case for me because I literally don't know a single person in real life that plays this game. But either way, I'm literally mashing all the buttons at this point. There's nothing happening on any of them. And I can understand how somebody might just be like, well, why don't you just, quit out, force quit, come back to the game. And it looks like that's what I'm going to have to do, and that really, really, really sucks. Because I don't feel very confident that it's going to have recorded that ending. I guess there is a slight chance because there was so little left in time in the game, and it did sound like it did kind of do it in the background with a little video flash while technically on this screen when it went to do that. Unfortunately, none of that gameplay recording stuff got saved in the capture gallery after the third goal got scored, and before those few little clips that it did on this screen while doing the broadcast. So killing the app is going to kill the broadcast. So I guess that's going to be it for the broadcast. I'm clueless as to what else to do. I don't know if this is a known issue. Like I know that that Rivals, for example, had an issue where games were not being counted, and other issues like that, and certainly like connectivity issues where you get booted either at the very start of a game or at the end of a game, and even if you get booted at the very beginning where it looks like there hasn't even really been a puck drop on your end, it could still count as a game for you, and you might have to use some contracts to get your team back up and stuff like that. Like all those kind of things, I'm aware of that sort of general stuff, but I've not heard of this one before at all. And I cleared up a bunch of space on my console, on my internal hard drive, just earlier today. So, and I didn't take any anything related to system stuff or anything like that changed at all. So there isn't anything like that I would have screwed up. But I don't know. Maybe it's my bad for what I was doing with the share button of trying to get those recordings off or whatever, or just clicking too quickly when trying to switch out to start button and get into instant replay, where I just I don't know, I screwed up the game. I broke it, literally broke it. But I hope not. I hope that what looks like I'm gonna have to force stop this and load it back up, and hopefully when I do, I will see that it counted as a 3-0 versus that team. Now that should be taking my, so I will do another screenshot here. So that should take my coins pretty much up to 5K or just shy of it. And then would obviously show that 3-0, and then should show me getting that much closer to Pro 1 as well, with what I think would have been slightly over 2,000, not quite 24 or 2,500, but over 2,000, at least over 1,850, 1,900 points for that outcome. But I don't know, and I'm concerned to find out because it's whatever. But I have no other alternatives. I'm gonna bang all the drums all day. I hit all the buttons again. It's not doing anything. This is totally glitched, totally paused. Nothing I can do. Literally, I even turned off the controller and turned it back on, and that I mean, I didn't expect that to really do anything anyways, but it didn't do anything. Stuck on this screen, nothing I can do. So that's it. I don't know. I'm at a loss. Maybe I'll do a quick little recording to show what the outcome is, as long as it's not the type of thing that's going to make me want to throw this brand new controller through a wall. So since the recording is going to end as soon as I close the app here, with that I will bid you adieu. Peace and all that.